Hey y'all, I'm Tim, and welcome to the MrMaple Show. Today, I'm bringing you a cultivar highlight on Acer palmatum Orion. Y'all, the MrMaple Show, we put out daily content here. Make sure you're subscribed. It's all about Japanese maples and gardening. And if you love that kind of thing, make sure to also share this video and our other videos with your gardening friends. We work hard to put out daily content for you, and we'd really appreciate that. Acer palmatum Orion was found by Dick Wolf of Red Maple Nurseries. That's the same guy who found and introduced Emperor One, Green Mist, a lot of classic Japanese maples that are in the nursery trade. This one's simply amazing. In the early spring, this is a brick red. And then in the fall, this thing lights up with normally lots of yellows. But I'm here at Buchholz Nursery in Gaston, Oregon this fall, and Orion's going to this yellow-orange golden color, which is just simply outrageous. I mean, it was so intense and so beautiful, I had to capture it on camera this morning. I'm out here in a nice, cold, misty day in October of 2024, and you're seeing the fall color just really hit. And when we first got here, this tree was red. It was that brick red color that Orion is so commonly known for. Now, one of the things I like about Orion is in that early spring, in that summer time frame, it is not your typical maroon. It's like this brick maroon, which is a little bit brighter and a little more picked up. And because of that, it just gives good color contrast out in the landscape. And you contrast that with its own fall color, and it really lets you know that fall's here. Now, Orion gets about 3 feet tall, by about 6 to 7 foot wide in 10 years. So 3 to 4 feet tall, 6 to 7 foot wide. So it's definitely much wider than it is tall. Now, it was found as a witch's broom mutation, or a broom mutation. And when that happens, you have a denser, compact habit overall. That makes it easier to fit in small spaces. It means it's not going to get too tall. It's going to have that dense shape. And it makes it easy to use in the landscape. It also makes it excellent for containers. Now, that means that you're going to put this tree in a container. It's going to be a little bit smaller in that container than it will be in the ground. But it definitely is amazing for containers because of its dense, compact habit. Now, remember, if you're growing a Japanese maple in a container, make sure that you give it great drainage. Drainage is critical whenever it comes to growing a Japanese maple in a container. In the landscape, that's important too. Orion, it's just such a beauty. Now, this tree can handle full sun in western North Carolina. It can handle full sun in New Jersey. Ed Shin at NJ Acer, I mean, people know him on social media as that. He has a beautiful, one of the original Orions that he got from Dick Wolf himself. And that tree is simply amazing. We often use those photos on our website. They're probably some of the photos that we're actually showing you right now in this video as well. It is, to me, one of the best and most underrated dwarf Japanese maples of them all. The fall color on this is so intense and bright. And I do think that this orange is a little untypical. Typically, we get a little more yellow at first. I mean, this thing went straight to orange. And it shocked me. And that's why I was like, we've got to get this on video. It's simply looking amazing today. Now, this is a great tree to put out in the landscape. And pair this with something that has different colors completely. Something like an Osakazuki is going to give you an upright shape on a Japanese maple, but some bright, like orange-red fall color. So you're not going to be more of this yellow-orange, it's going to be more of that orange-red, and it's going to contrast fairly nicely. Something like an Emperor One is going to go to that deeper red and contrast fairly well as well. Now, one thing that's unique about Orion is sometimes you will have basically like the broom form of Orion, which has this larger palmate leaf, and that is very typical. That's what we typically consider Orion. Every once in a while, you'll have a unique thing, which is a denser broom within that. And you'll see some short and center nodes on that. That is also very typical with Orion. Both of them will actually end up getting about the same shape and the same size overall. It's something that's very unique to Orion. And to me, this is one of the most underused red witch's brooms of them all. You know, I'd say things like Shayna, very common. Things like Orion, very uncommon to see you out in the garden. And it is outstanding. It's really just a showstopper piece. And to me, I think more people need to be planting Orion simply because of those color contrasts that you get throughout the season, from that brick red to that yellow orange that you get in the fall. Orion gets its name from the constellation, and it's because in the fall, this really just lights up just like a star would. For me, rockstar tree, you should definitely be checking it out. Now on MrMaple.com, if this tree is currently sold out, you can click notify me to be notified when the Orion becomes available again. This is one that we often try to make available, and it typically becomes available again first through our 10 at 10 emails, which you can also sign up for on MrMaple.com. We really appreciate you jumping in today's video to learn a little bit about this cultivar. We try to offer these videos so that you can learn and get some information about these trees before you purchase them and plant them in your landscape. And when you do that kind of research, you're going to have success with these trees, and you're going to really enjoy the beauty that this Japanese maple can provide for your garden. We appreciate you all jumping in today. Make sure you're subscribed. Take care. God bless, and have a great day.